Hi, I'm John Barber, Editor-in-Chief at IDW Publishing, and welcome to Barber's Shop. I love comics. I bet some of you do too. Some folks love comics as a hobby, as an escape from day-to-day reality, or a way to delve into others' experiences and get a greater understanding of day-to-day reality. For me, comics are what I wanted to do with my life for as long as I can remember, except that's not exactly true. I remember the time before wanting to make comics, and I do remember the thing that won me over, or at least one of the big things. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've mentioned this before, but I didn't go into detail. I loved the green guys from the moment I read issue 11, but even more inspiring were the people behind the Turtles. Before Mike, Donnie, Raph, and Leo were a global phenomenon, before the cartoon, the toys, the video games, the breakfast cereal, the macaroni and cheese, TMNT was two people, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, making up some stuff, drawing a comic, printing it, and showing me you could do it. TMNT was instantly a phenomenon within the world of comics. Nowadays, because of what happened later, it's hard to remember the impact Turtles made in those first few years. TMNT #1 was the comic that launched 1,000 black and white self-published funny animal comics, that ushered in a brief boom of parody comics, and that showed to a bunch of us making comics could be a viable way of making a living. It was something you could do. The success in comics, while huge at the time, was eclipsed by the monumental success that would come in a couple years. But for me, a kid at just the right age, with just the right dreams, TMNT, the comic book, cemented my future. Little did I know, right around then, Kevin and Peter were also cementing the future of those turtles, as they worked out an idea for a story that would sit on the back burner for decades before coming to life in the last year as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. This series has been a massive hit. It takes place years in the future when only one of the Turtles is still alive to battle the Foot Clan in a militarized Manhattan, fleshing it out of the original outline with longtime TMNT writer Tom Waltz, and doing layouts for artists Esau and Isaac Escorza and Ben Bishop. And, bringing it full circle, IDW's just worked with Kevin to release TMNT The Last Ronin Design Archive, a behind-the-scenes look at what went into making this series, formatted to sit on your bookshelves right next to your oversized, square-bound issues of The Last Ronin. Kevin went all out in conceptualizing the future world our heroes find themselves in, from the foot soldiers to the vehicles to the cityscape itself, coming up with concepts and bouncing them between his collaborators who'd add and change things themselves. Editor Bobby Curnow worked with Kevin to compile his sketches and designs. You can see the different looks for the new characters like Casey Marie Jones and Hiroto Saki, dig into the dramatic redesign of Baxter Stockman, and see the conceptualization of all the new looks for the Turtles themselves, as seen in the dramatic flashbacks detailing their fall. Plus, there's a section where we go from Tom and Kevin's script alongside Kevin's layouts, then over to Ben and the Escorza twins' line art, and finally to the beautiful coloring and lettering by Luis Antonio Delgado and Sean Lee. For some, this book will be a nice keepsake for a series that means a lot to a lot of people. For others, it's a cool backstage pass to watching comics get made. For me, like I said, there's a quality of coming full circle. And seeing this story that was conceived of in my childhood coming to life, and now, where I am today, I get to share with you a little of what we all do when we're making comics, and getting to do so in a very interesting, important series with a whole lot of really amazing material that's too good not to share. So don't miss TMNT, The Last Ronin Design Archive, featuring the work of Kevin Eastman, with contributions by Esau and Isaac Escorza, Ben Bishop, Tom Waltz, Luis Antonio Delgado, and Sean Lee, who designed the whole thing, and Bobby Curnow, who edited it. Thanks for all your work on TMNT, Bobby. So, as always, let's use this time and this opportunity to connect and keep the IDW community active. That's all. Remember, you can keep up with IDW on social media, and thanks for watching.